Good morning. This is the first part to the going over uniting the colonists. So the first question is list 2 reasons that the British soldiers might have believed they were justified when they fired on the Boston colonists. Just type your answer in the box. So the first thing you want to do is restate your answer. So it says 2 reasons that the British soldiers might have believed. So 2 reasons that the British soldiers might have believed they were justified when they fired on the Boston colonists were. Okay, so that was pretty easy to restate. I mean, really, you're just taking part of the whole question and just rewriting it, making it into a statement. That's the best way to restate. Make sure that you are absolutely restating the question and making it into a statement. So if you look over here, it says the growing unrest in the colonies made British officials nervous. So that's one thing. Let me see. Also, angry colonists jeered. And when they jeer, they kind of make fun of you. There was a fight that broke out between a group of soldiers and Bostonians. So that is also a reason. So I'm going to go with the angry colonists, and I'm not going to say jeered. I'm going to use a different term than jeered. Made fun of and harassed the British soldiers. And then the second reason is that there was a fight that broke out between a group of soldiers and Bostonians. So I'm going to say fights broke out between the colonists and the soldiers. Now, mind you, some of the soldiers started these fights, and these soldiers were often disgruntled. Now, have you ever heard maybe an adult say, I don't have to take this job ain't worth it, or something like that? I'm sure those soldiers felt that, because it says that they earned little pay, so some stole from local shops and got into fights with colonists. Okay, many competed for jobs that the colonists wanted. So you need 2 quotes. So you could just use the quotes. We basically just restated the quotes that were actually in the text. But you need to make sure that you use the whole sentence. So that's one quote. And remember to put your quotation marks. So the growing unrest in the colonies made the British officials nervous, and a fight broke out. Make sure you put your quotation marks. So since we have two quotes, we're probably going to need two explanations because you need to explain both quotes. So the first one is the growing unrest in the colonies made British officials nervous. So you could talk about how the British soldiers didn't get paid a lot of money. You could talk about how the colonists jeered at or made fun of and harassed the soldiers. The soldiers felt like they had to compete for the jobs that the colonists had. So there are many things that you could explain. So let's go with I like how it says that the soldiers weren't getting paid a lot of money and they had to compete for jobs that the colonists wanted, but the colonists harassed and made fun of the British soldiers. So, and when you're doing your work and you're explaining these things, don't hesitate to go above and beyond in order to explain. It can only help you gain better understanding of the information, as well as it displays how well you actually understand the information. Okay. So, we got the British soldiers did not get paid a lot of money and they had to compete with the colonists for jobs. However, the colonists often harassed and teased the soldiers. And then the second explanation is it says that the townspeople, when when one soldier was knocked down, one of the redcoats fired into the crowd, killing 5 colonists, and one was Crispus Attucks, a dock worker who was African and part Native American. The colonists called this event the Boston Massacre. So as a result of a fight breaking out, the Boston Massacre was started, and we already know that 5 people were killed, including Crispus Attucks. So, as a result of the fights that broke out, that's a comma, the Boston Massacre happened. 5 people were killed including Crispus Attucks, period. And so now you have your answer to that, and all you need to do is take all that and type it here. Now, I'm going to be looking for a whole paragraph right here. If you don't have the whole paragraph right here, it will be wrong. It will be marked wrong. So go ahead and make sure that you are completing the assignment in its entirety. Thank you.